Just what you want, that top of the snoot hook set on the black balance leech. See you, buddy. Good morning. Welcome to another video. It is the week after Thanksgiving. It's early December now, and I am back at Vrain State Park. Should be a fun one. This is one of those where, like, this is just fun. I mean, you're not targeting big trout, you're targeting dumb stalker trout and hoping to catch a whole bunch of them, and I'm gonna let them go. I did a catch, clean, and cook from here one time recently, but that I showed you guys, but this is all about just catching a bunch, letting them go. Sandpiper Pond here was stocked on November 5th, and not a lot of people camping this time of year, so there's still gonna be a bunch of them left still in here. You can see there's a little bit of ice actually forming on the edges, but I've got room to throw beyond that into some open water. So this ought to be pretty good. It's a bright, clear, blue, sunny day, which is not always great, but still should be good if this was stocked a month ago. Not a ton of people camping here like there is in the summer, so they wouldn't have had a ton of pressure since November 5th. Today is December 6th, so I can get out here into some open water. It's just glass calm though, so we'll be twitching the fly rod a little bit and doing my typical play of a nymph above a balanced leech. That ought to bring some in, but if I wasn't making videos, like, I'd still be here right now. I mean, this is just fun. This is just the joy of catch and release fishing, you know, hopefully a whole bunch of trout. I wouldn't be shocked if I get into a ton of them, you know, let them all go, just stalker trout, and that's just kind of how I am. I mean, I love catching small fish. I show you guys some large fish on this channel, and I'll show you my exact rig later when I get into a few, but probably gonna twitch it a little bit, give it some action, change my depth range. We're gonna throw a larger nymph above a balanced leech today. I think that'll get it done. And if this was stocked November 5th, then we're gonna get into some today. I'm sure of it. So let's start fishing. All right, first throw here. I would say the main thing working against me today is just this clear blue day. There's a ton of osprey that live around here and dive bomb these fish, and you know, the fish are just a little bit more wary and afraid of an overhead bird strike on days like this, so they're orienting a little bit lower, so that I might change my depth range for sure. And it's like sunny and 55 today, so maybe a little bit mild and warm, but this water temperature is cold. Pre-ice ought to turn them on, quite frankly. There's a hit right there on the first throw, I think. I got someone thinking about it. But yeah, I would say the just this glass blue day is probably not in my favor, but we're gonna twitch it a little bit to try to induce a strike. That's probably gonna be something that we need to do. Could have a hatch today. If we go dry fly, it'd probably be tiny blueing olives, but hard to say. We're hoping to show you guys a few today, and there's someone thinking about it on the first throw here. This is such a simple way to fish though, and just fun. I mean, just all about fun, just catch and release fun for stalker trout. There's a hit on my second throw and fish on. So I don't want to jinx it, but this might be a 20-30 fish day today in just 2 hours. So we'll show you this guy, even though you guys have seen stalker trout. I just love it though. It's just fun. Been here 2 minutes, and that was the second throw. And we got ourselves a stalker bobo. And he took the balanced leech. I don't even have to net all these, but we'll net this one just to show off the first fish here. And there he is. Little, you can see that green balance leech in the mouth. We're on the board. Still take him to get us started though. See you, buddy. Go ahead and show you my rig here just to show you how easy this is to do, guys. Got the Orvis Clearwater 8.5 foot 5 weight that I always use, or I find myself using so often. Perfect fly rod for this. Here's your bottom fly. This is a balance leech, as you can see, in like a olive color, although I guarantee almost any color would work. It's got that little kind of leather tail, that little paddle tail. And then, you know, 18, 24 inches above that is a red nymph, like a copper john. And, but again, that could be a pheasant tail nymph, a prince nymph, any number of things. And above that, you know, a screw-on strike indicator. So these are my favorite strike indicators because there's a little rubber washer in there too, depending on the thickness of your leader. But this can be adjusted easily, and that's about the only thing I'm going to change today is my depth range, because I genuinely think there's about 100 flies that would work today. But changing my depth range and twitching the rod a little bit might be the one thing that I do. And then I'm rocking a 9-foot 5X leader. Again, a 5X leader tapers to about 5 pounds. Which is overkill for a pond like this that doesn't have any big trout in it, most likely, but it doesn't scare them. So why not? Why not use 5X? Because the line's not going to scare them here. These are, you know, not very bright stalker fish. So I paid a visit to my buddy Bob this morning, Coach B.O.B., if you follow our tennis podcast. And, you know, he always says, keep coaching simple. Don't make it rocket science, with my Front Range Academy and my Adidas tennis camps at CSU. And that's what we're doing today. What I'm doing today, I guarantee a 6-year-old could catch fish. Someone brand new to fly fishing could catch fish. You know, it's so incredibly simple. There's another hit on the 3rd cast. And someone asked about the moniker that I have, Coach Steve, on my channel. And that, no arrogance intended, guys. I have coached full-time in this area for 18 years. So that's the Coach Steve part. And don't claim to be a fishing coach, just a tennis coach. And so today is very, very, very simple. You know, just showed you the rig I've got going, and literally anybody could do this. It's so simple. It's just fun. Just fun. I mean, this is just fun. Who doesn't like to catch and release a whole bunch of trout? And if you wanted to keep them and eat them today, you could. I'm going to throw them all back, but if you wanted to keep them, you could. There's another hit. Missed that one. So, got to let them take maybe a little bit longer, but just a simple way to fish. You know, it's just fun. It's just flat out fun. Probably 200 flies today. That would work. I'm sure of that. Literally, I bet 200 flies would work here. The biggest thing I'm going to do is possibly change my depth range and just twitch it a little bit because it's so glassy. And that's the biggest thing I'm going to do. That's about as technical as this gets. This is not Cheeseman Canyon trout. These are stalker trout. There's another hit, so I might just have to let him take it a little bit longer. So there's going to be a lot of action today. This will be fun. Fish on. So subtle. There we go. That one took the smaller leech. You could do a 1 fly rig or a 3 fly rig here, but 2 is so often my go-to. Sometimes 3 is a lot to mess with. You know, a lot of us, once you tie a 3 fly rig on, then you have a knot or a problem, and then you're dealing with 3 flies, you know. So 2 is fine. There's another hit. I missed that one. So that's funny. Gosh, these hits are actually subtle. It's funny how subtle these hits are. I'm gonna let this next one like really take it. So there's just action on every cast, but missed a few now, so we're gonna let this one really take it. Try to show you that. But yeah, you could use a 3 fly rig, but I like the smaller nymph above a balanced leech. It kind of gives them 2 depth ranges and 2 different presentations to choose from. Figure out what they key on, but it's that, you know, that bottom balanced leech always gets bit. That's such a great play when you're fishing these Front Range reservoirs. The high country lakes have frozen over, but these Front Range lakes and ponds have not frozen over yet. So your Horsetooth and Flatiron and Carter and St. Vrain and all these lakes are still open water for another couple weeks. Probably for another couple weeks, they're still open water. And there's nothing like a nymph above the leech on these lakes. So I don't care if you're at Aurora Reservoir or St. Vrain State Park. This is a fun play on the fly rod compared to like gut hooking them with power bait and killing every fish you catch. This is just a fun thing to do. Just a really fun thing to do. Let's get Let's get fish number 2 here in the net. Come on, fish. So working another hit here, and we're gonna see if this guy will really just take it under, because the hits are just so subtle and the fish are small enough to where, like, I'm finding I gotta really let him take it. And missed another. Golly. Streamer. Decent little fish. All right, buddy. There we go. All right. All right. Streamer play. There we go. There's a better one. That's why I made that change. I think they're so small, they needed a smaller hook. And he took the bottom fly. There we go. Balance leech again for the win. Just what you want, that top of the snoot hook set on the black balance leech. See you, buddy. Well, that wasn't the 20 to 30 fish day I was expecting, but we never got any breeze. We never got any chop in the water. It stayed clear blue skies, and that's really not in your favor fishing. I was hoping for some breeze and chop in the water. And then with that glassy lake, there was never any fish rising either, so there was never any chance to switch to dry flies, but still landed quite a few, and less than 10, just not as many as I was thinking. Certainly fun to hang out with Ken, so fun fishing with you. I usually fish solo, but it was fun just talking to Ken all day and hanging out with him. So yeah, that was a good time. So I had someone just start throwing some bait next to me, and we ended up hanging out and just talking the entire time. So didn't fish that long, so caught quite a few in a short amount of time. And yeah, I was looking for more of a breeze, more wind, more chop. I knew clouds weren't coming today, but was sure hoping for a breeze. That would have helped out a lot. But I show you the good days, the bad days, and the great days on this channel. And today was just a good, fun day hanging out with Ken. So, but stalker trout are still fun. You know, I show you 6-foot sharks in Florida and 6-pound trout in Delaney in Wyoming, and then, you know, 10-inch stalker trout today. So threw them all back today, didn't keep any, but still a great time. And we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.